Dobre утро. Меня зовут Shaman Right. Welcome to another edition of my YouTube channel called Truth and Encouragement, where we teach history, language, culture, music, and biblical truths to help you through the week. I'm so excited to be here today to share with you another reaction video from the Russian singer Shaman. This video I came across from a lovely Russian YouTuber. Her name is Huliganka. So Huliganka, thank you for your videos that you put on your YouTube channel. I love watching them and I love reacting to them. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Anyway, she did a video of the Russian singer Shaman. He was in an interview on Russian TV, and it had to do with his song that he's going to be singing on the Intervision concert in Russia that's going to take place on September the 20th of this year. The song is called Right Through the Heart. I did a reaction video on it where he was in concert singing it, and I was just blown away by it. Powerful music, powerful lyrics, and I'm really happy to see that the nation of Russia has picked Shaman to represent their country. I'm telling you, that is the best pick that Russia has ever done. And my goal is to reach out to the audience in my country, the United States, so that they would know about the Russian singer Shaman. They would know about his music, his background, his stories that he tells, and how he cares about culture. He cares about not only the Russian people and preserving the Russian people and the culture and faith, but he cares about reaching the people from other nations. I want to give you my reaction to this video. He made it into a music video, and I was just really amazed by it. When I watched it, I had to give myself an open mind, and I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm really excited to react to this video and give you my input on it. But before I begin, I just want to say a shout out to my audience that's tuned in, listening right now. My number one audience is Russia. And I just want to say I love you guys. I love Russia. And my next audience comes from my country, the United States of America. There's Czechia, Germany, Denmark, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, the Netherlands, Belarus, and Georgia. And I don't want to forget Slovakia. I've had people tune in from Slovakia, the Ukraine, and Poland. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in. Now let's go to the music video by Shaman called Right Through the Heart. Let's roll the clip. Okay, we're back, and I want to play the video by the Russian singer Shaman. I caught this on a Russian television, and I came across it from the Russian YouTuber by the name of Huliganka. And I just want to say thank you, Huliganka, for allowing me to share this video. And we're going to go right into it. I can't wait to give my reaction to it. Right Through the Heart.
Я не молчу, ты меня прости, если никак, просто отпусти. И прямо по сердцу ты сказала мне, не могу забыть эти буквы нет. Это любовь. облакам. Надо идти по твоим следам. И может быть снова ты увидишь нас с тобою. И мы глаза откроем, мы глаза откроем. Это любовь разбила мои сны, осколки от весны. И это любовь, которой я поверил и все тебе доверил. Моя любовь. Это любовь разбила мои сны, осколки от весны. И это любовь. Моя любовь.
И еще и для всех людей, кто смотрит и будет смотреть этот клип и слушать эту песню, и слово «любовь» на всех языках. Спасибо большое. Я желаю вам удачи на этом конкурсе.
Спасибо, Ирина,
Будем за
большое.
вас болеть. Спасибо.
And that was the video by the Russian singer Shaman called Right Through the Heart, the actual video that was made into a music video. I came across this video from the Russian YouTuber by the name of Hulaganka, where Shaman was being interviewed on Russian TV, and he was sharing the video. And I thought, I got to do a reaction on this. I've done a reaction on the video before when he sung it live in concert, and that's when I found out from another Russian friend of mine commented on my wall, and she told me about this competition called Intervision. And it's a contest that will take place on September the 20th of 2025, and Russia has chosen the singer Shaman to represent them. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. And even I would pick Shaman. There are some things I want to just bring out in this video. I'm not going to sit and read all the lyrics. I'm sure that you'll have the captions that you can put up and listen to them. I've commented on the lyrics before, but there was a couple of things that stood out where he says in the song, I can't forget these letters. And I think of when I was young, writing love letters to my sweetheart and writing back and forth. You're expressing your love. You can't wait to get together. You can't wait to see one another. That love is so strong. It's so deep and compassionate that you sit down and, back then when I was young, you wrote letters. You didn't have Wi-Fi back then. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have a cell phone. And you wrote a letter. You sat down and you wrote a letter to your sweetheart, and then you would wait for a response. The waiting is what made it fun. And I thought of that when Shaman said that in the video. And he says, oh, you are love that I believed in and entrusted everything to you. When you are truly in love, that person is someone that you trust and you believe in with all your heart. You're giving your time, you're giving your energy, you're giving your love to this person, not to anyone else but this one person. And once that time is given and the months and the years go by, you can't take that back. Even when you see a relationship break up, which is very heartbreaking. It breaks my heart when I see couples that were in love for several years and it ended up not working out and they break up. You can never get that time back. It's gone. But I will tell you this. When you put God first, he can take a breakup and turn it into a makeup when it's his will. I know it sounds crazy. I'm just saying this song talks about love and Shaman gives it his all. That's one thing about the Russian singer Shaman that I always love reacting to his videos on. He gives 100%. And he's not fake. He's the real deal. And this is why I'm trying to get people here in the United States to see this. And I know there's rules and regulations on the YouTube channel. I know there's a war going on, and I'm hoping and praying that everything can be resolved peacefully. And I really believe in human life and having joy and triumph. But when you got to do what you got to do, and that is to preserve your culture, preserve your history, and protect the people that you love, you'll do anything. And there are some things that people have a hard time trying to grasp. But one thing that I have always commented on in my reaction videos is I have never met anyone who says, I don't want to be loved. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody on the planet Earth wants to have a beautiful relationship, wants to express their love, their talent to their one true love. And I tell you, there's going to be trials, there's going to be tribulations, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but God has the perfect person set up for you. And when you follow his path, he'll never steer you wrong. And that's another thing I love about Shaman's videos. He expresses his love for the people of Russia. He expresses his love for other people outside the circle of Russia. He also expresses faith. I have watched him on Russian TV where he has expressed his faith and his belief in God. And I thought, that's somebody I want to watch closely. That's somebody I want to hear what they have to say about their belief and love for God. And he says also, I've entrusted everything to you. We must follow your dreams. I don't know about you. I have dreams and goals in my life because time is short. I want to leave behind a legacy, something to be remembered by. And no one doesn't want to be forgotten. And that's another thing about Shaman. When he sings patriotic songs about the patriotic war, soldiers who have given their lives, sacrifice for their countrymen, for the motherland, for the Russian people, you want to preserve, their heritage, that they didn't die in vain. And that's another thing about his music that I love so much. He'll sing songs about the war, the patriotic war, about triumph and victory, and that you are not forgotten. And also he sings songs about love, falling in love with a lovely woman and expressing that love. That's one thing I love about his music. And he also says, and maybe you'll see us again and we will open our eyes. There are people out there that they need their eyes open. They need to know that love is real. And who can give that love but Almighty God, Slava Bogol. And you know what? There are people, they've been hurt so many times. They have been in a relationship. They thought they were in love, and then that person just took advantage of them and just dumped them. They cut them off. They said, I'm finished with you. I have seen in my lifetime, parents get married. mothers and fathers who've gotten divorced, and divorce is very sad, and I believe children are the ones that suffer. My parents divorced when I was a 10-year-old boy, and the person that I was very close to was my mother. She taught me a lot about love, expression, compassion, mercy, and forgiveness. I've never forgotten that. And I shared a little bit about my mother in one of Shaman's video with his friend, Russian friend, and the song was called Druk. Druk. That's a very good video. You need to watch it. Another thing I wanted to bring up is Shaman is a singer who gives his all to the people. He not only gives his all, he travels. I have talked to people on my YouTube channel who live on the far east coast of Russia, near like Vladivostok, near the border of China. I've met people on my YouTube channel who were from Siberia, St. Petersburg, Moscow, and these people will tell me how Shaman will give his time and his energy. He will do concert after concert. I've heard stories about him going to the Far East to perform his concert. Another thing that has really touched my heart about Shaman is him giving to the community and keeping his word. Like I did a Russian reaction video on Crocus City Hall, when gunmen came into the city hall and opened fire on innocent Russian people. And Shaman was so quick to respond that he made a video about it. And that touched my heart. That's giving to the community. That's giving your life and your all to the people. And another thing that Shaman has done is this young boy whose father died in the Ukraine-Russian war. He was deeply broken, and Shaman met him and promised him that him and this boy would get together and do a song together, and it was called Father. And I tell you, that song, it's just hard to get through the video, but I'm telling you, it made me cry. Giving and giving and giving, and not asking for anything in return. Living a selfless life. That is a singer that I really enjoy listening to. My prayer is that Shaman will not only reach people, but that he will continue to be an example to this young generation that desperately needs an example. They need someone they can look up to. And that's another thing in my closing thoughts about Shaman is his faith in God. He has done videos where he expressed his faith, and I respect that. I really respect that. How can anyone live their life without God? Slava Bagul. Anyways, those are my reactions. I hope you enjoyed them. Whenever you get a chance, please click the like button or subscribe to my channel for future videos on the Russian singer Shaman, on Russian history, culture, language, and biblical truths. And in closing, I just want to say to you out there, if you're ever going through loneliness, worry, doubt, or anxiety, if you are walking through the valley of the shadow of death, please, I beg you, my friend, don't walk through it alone. But let Jesus Christos walk through the fire with you and through the flood. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. And Dashvidanya.